Thursday, 013, 18 seconds, year 2024, 12th month, December, 25th day, Christmas. Well, now it's the day after Christmas. However, this concerns the Christmas celebration, Christmas Day celebration. So, brother has to file the nail here. It's got a sharp part on it. Might as well cometh inside. A little bit windy outside. The brother can hear it outside, out the window. Close that up. Oh yeah, so the brother also shared information with Jason to let him know the brother's money situation and with the house, and and because Jason, the brother could sense that, information come out, Jay electronically demon possessed, all the kind of things that could be happening. The brother sensed that what was coming out of Jay for all kinds of different reasons, a heavy urge for this Sicily brother Russell, to say, no problem, brother. You'll always have a place. You can come live with me if it comes down to it. And so the brother was looking to figure out, to say some things, but at the same time, things coming out of Jay were a bit demandative and very interruptive. And finally, the brother just kind of, the first words out of the brother could say was, well, in waiting, and that seemed to, all of a sudden, the voice that's coming out of him just kind of dissipated away. In waiting, and so that's when the brother started sharing, because he had just shared everything that was going on with him financially. He said he was down to his last this money, but he still owes this, and he might lose the job and don't know where to go, and no one would hire him because now he's got a fucked up stomach, and he had to work at McDonald's or drive DoorDash or something. If it came down to it. If it came down to it. But, and so, brother was really, this Sicily brother, Russell's having there was this heavy urge to steer away from saying that, to say, oh, don't worry, you can always come live with me, There was a heavy urge to really steer away from that and not say it. But when the brother finally said, well, in waiting, because Jay kept going on and on and on, and brother would start answering, give him information that he wanted, because he had questions, but it kept, every time this Sicily brother would start to answer a question or give some type of explanation, it was the cutoff, and it kept going on like that for 5 minutes. And so finally the brother said, well, in waiting, in waiting, and the brother just being as calm as could be, but there was a little tenseness. In waiting, and that's when all of a sudden the words came out. The brother said, well, this brother started off with $4,000 a trade, and he's down to $1,500 now, and he's only got 5 months left of extra money, to get him through the next 5 months. and it's 2 years behind on the taxes, and you know, come May it's going to be 3 years. County people in the county could, if they wanted, to initiate foreclosure. They usually last 6 years, but it depends on who's an asshole or not. You know, it's they're out to, you know, if they want to foreclose right away, they can't. They have that option in the contracts, but people are cool and nice, you know, and hang it out, or you know, then they wait the full 6 years. Has been the process. And keep in mind, Jason could be electronically demon possessed, and this could all be an act from Jason, a simulation, a hologram, all kinds of shit going on to coax some information out of this brother's mouth to confirm and get this brother to contract verbally with the powers that be that are surveilling in the outer limits. This includes extraterrestrials and aliens. To say all kinds of things that they can see if they can get me to latch onto and feel guilty with and lock onto, or just to bring it up, period, and say it. Say, oh, you said this and said this, and we're good. We're going to have this move come in on them now. Because there's been heavy YouTube videos been coming out with deader YouTube videos. They're saying the videos are coming out. The guy in the video saying the Supreme Court is getting tough on debtors now. Tough on debtors, tough on debtors, tough on debtors. No leeway for debtors, and it could be, who knows? All kinds of things. So, you know, and that would include tax debtors. It all depends. If that's what the people running a corporation want to bring, they bring all kinds of things. And they could say all kinds of things, or simulate, or make things look like this and that, or sound like that, scare tactics and all that, you know, to manipulate, to herd cattle and everything, all kinds of things with it. So, you know, and even fear, even bringing it up, is another way of controlling people and steering them into a herding stall. Okay. Well, these people have bought into this and this line, and you can see how they're shut up now in fear, and they're not going to say anything, because if they dare mention it, just by speaking it, it might come upon them, and it might embolden the people to think, you know, oh, you know, go ahead and, you know, be hard on debtors, what they consider debtors, legal debtors, those that have legal bills that, you know, haven't been paid, you know, stuff like that. But, you know, the more the brother has had experiences and all kinds of things, the more the brother is feeling more secure, you know, and just totally audit expose everything that could be, totally audit expose everything that could happen. All evidence. It could go this way, it could go that way, it could go this way, it could go that way. And then there's strength in that. There's actually strength in that through self-experience, though. And that seems to be the only way to get to feel that strength, to feel a connection with that strength, is only through self-experience, it would seem. Self-experience sometimes is there according to knowledge that a living organism engages with and connects with. Knowledge. Now, getting back to the Jay and Dad thing. Okay, Dad's getting old in years. The two surviving clan members are older brother Russell and younger brother Jason. That's it. And so if Dad transitions on, you know, there could be an inheritance. And there could be instructions with the inheritance. but there's other grandchildren also. There are grandchildren. There are 3 grandchildren from Sister Michelle, who's the mother of the 3 grandchildren. However, she has transitioned on. She has transitioned on. However, there are 3 grandchildren. So they're you know, they could get some inheritance too. It could play all kinds of different ways. You know, and Dad had mentioned something. He said, when he dies, he's gonna be bringing forth arrangements with a military funeral. It'd be a military funeral. He'd be buried in the ground with Mother's urn and probably his Michelle, the Sister Michelle, his daughter. The daughter that he claims to pump the seed into the mother that gave birth to the daughter. Eliminating the pronouns and what's in your wallet and all this identity stuff, and it's all mine. But it's become normalized in legal society to go around saying all the time, well, it's mine, mine, this is mine, this is mine, this is my kid, my dog, my house, my land, my government, do what I tell you to do, because that's where that all leads to. Agricultural mining, human resources mining, all this mine stuff. To speak more generally and start training off and weaning from all this mine stuff and identifying with everything. This is me, I, and them, and you, and all that stuff, which causes has a propensity to cause offense, and then people battle, and there's wars, rumors of wars, and all this replace hope with love, and the whole 9 yards. But anyway, so getting on to back to revealing information, you know, Jay was, you know, wanting to know the information. So, you know, first came out the private military stuff, then you know, the brother started saying, well, then, you know, waiting, and that's when the brother started sharing, you know, down to this last 1,500, he's got 6 more months worth of extra money to, you know, because the brother only needs $400 a month, but that doesn't include, you know, for, you know, pacifying legal taxes. That's more like $200-something a month. Tax bills around here are now like $2,300 a year. So anyway, so getting back, you know, Jay's original question, though, was he had a two-parter. It was, I can't figure out how you live. You're not working. How are you living? You got a house and all that. And another thing was he wanted advice. He was asking for advice. So the brother was thinking of, and he started emphasizing the advice. Advice too. And so, the brother was kind of and he wanted the advice right now. And the brother said, well, in waiting, advice sometimes advice needs to be thought upon overnight or a week, or what kind of advice could the brother give to the brother? He wanted it now. That was where it was coming from. So when the brother started in waiting, but then what came, the information that came out was it was a share for share. He had shared his situation. He said he had so much money and might lose his job and dad might kick him out or whatever the fuck it is. He owes dad for a fucking Hellcat and another fucking Charger. So, expensive Hellcat too. And so... So, and the information that came out wasn't advice. There was no advice there. And the brother was feeling kind of, the heaviness on one, to appease Brother Jay somehow, some way. To bring some type of comfort, because, the brother was, feeling all distraught, and it could all been robot play, acting, and all kinds of shit. And who knows what's going on between him and Dad? What kind of relationship they got? Are they talking back and forth, saying, "Well, Russell said this now, and Russell said that now," and then they're having plans, thinking of plans, and this, and that, and they could be, having a little secret get together and thinking, well, it's all the stuff that Russell's involved with this private military stuff he keeps bringing up. This is the cause of all of our troubles, because they got to go through snowstorms, ice storms, their power's out, they're living out in the woods, fucking fires are coming in, and all kinds of shit during the fucking summers now, ice storms during the winter, their powers are out, they're running out of gasoline to run the generators, and they're eating canned food and shit like that. This could all be Russell's fault. And so they're trying to figure out some way to eliminate, somehow get Russell out of the picture in a way, or whatever, all kinds of different things, to alleviate their pain and suffering that could be coming from Russell. Because Russell says that he's involved in private military, this and that, and he talks about aliens and CIA and government are surveilling and could be surveilling or whatever the fuck, Russell's got to share with a lot of the stuff that they really haven't wanted to hear every time it's brought up. It's kind of like, shut the fuck up and get the fuck out of here, and who knows, all kinds of stuff like that to consider. Then that gets all into consider. Give all evidence, every consideration. This comes from a universal private military, lawful perspective. Bringing knowledge and information into the society. All this private information is all the evidence that longs to come out into the public, so that there's no more hiding shit anymore. No more need for all this skull and bones hiding shit. Full transparency. A merger, a new societal merger. Because when one studies Black's Law dictionaries, right, look. And this ain't a law dictionary. This is actually a legal dictionary. They just say it law. This ain't law. Although there is some invisible law in it. When one starts reading it, one starts to be able to have a vision to law. But it's not written down. It all comes through revelation. And then the revelations are written down in notes and in the white parts of the pages. That's where the law comes in. This is actually a Black's legal dictionary. And one of the things that's repeated over and over in all these legal dictionaries are the new societal mergers, which usually happens from one kingdom to the next kingdom, to the next kingdom, to the next reigning kingdom, next generation. For so far, when societies start bringing new things in. Mergers, emergency, think emergency, because the bankruptcy is considered the national emergency. And it is the original root emergency to all other executive emergencies. And then think at the lawful perspective through trust, lawful trust, the universal bankruptcy. In other words, not being able to express. The child that longs to express has been told to shut up. That's a bankruptcy. That's a universal energy. It's called being bankrupt. Universally, the perspective. A lawful, that comes from the private side, and that's the girl energy. Motherly, Mother Nature, Mother Universe, and the children she bears, laboriously brings forth. It's deep shit. And this fucker right here, Sicily Brother, is virtually from a perspective and could be a high Vatican military extraterrestrial alien level. This fucker could be the domino tipping fucker that tips all the other dominoes that have been crying out in the past. All the affidavit contracts that have been written up in the past. Domino tipping fucker wrote the master key domino tipping affidavit. Universal perspective. Could be. Remember, it's always a could be. And if it could be, then share if. The guitar riff, the sheriff, to share the music, the vibration, frequency. Hook. The catchy hook. This gets all into prostitution and hookahs, sheriffs. Sexual energy. Masturbator, postmaster general, master. Bait, hook, worm. Sharing information. Having conversations to present information for those that are le queen instead of le king, but there are still those le king, and then there are also those that are le queen. They're looking for the girl energy, the expressive energy. They're looking for a solution to the universal bankruptcy that they feel they've been shut down, not being able to express who fully they are, which is everything universally that there is to express. All cartoon voices, all facial expressions, all languages, all syllables, call anything any way it wants, be able to morph into anything, live forever, all that stuff. Time travel, astral travel, every fucking thing imaginable that there is. To be bankrupt from that is to be cut off from it. But at the same time, it's also just a growth, a universal growth, going from unconsciousness, transitioning or emerging into consciousness. That would be the private, hidden unconsciousness growing and being presented and emerging and growing into the consciousness, the private emerging into the public, could be the perspective to look at. The Queen. Little booby, where you at? Go outside, little booby, booby, where you at? Wonder where the boo went. She might have went outside. See, I think Boo might have went outside. Did she jump the fence in here? Huh. All of a sudden, she's not in the house. This is odd. Oh, there she is. She went outside. She went outside with herself. I turned the light on. She's out here. Wow, she's learning. She's getting the memory to see. There she is. She just came from out here. See if there's a wet spot. Oh, she did. She pissed in. Look at that. That's wonderful news. She pissed in the box. As the brother was sharing all that lawful information, this is wonderful that she pissed in the box, because the brother has been reminding her and training her to go back to pissing in the box. Wow, that was wonderful. And the brother wasn't so wrapped up in the recording that he wasn't conscious. He was conscious. The brother had consciousness that all of a sudden Boob left the room. All of a sudden Boob left the room as the brother was sitting up here and had his back turned to everything. There was something with the energy and the shadows and the way bodies were moving that all of a sudden, instead of being so wrapped up, to being also connected with the girl energy, which is everything that's out here, that's touchable and seeable. The 5 senses: sight, smell, touch, hearing, taste. All this shit that's happening, and it's all getting recorded. There she is, like, that was cool, Boob. She says, yeah, that was cool. Yeah, I went outside. I'm not saying I went outside, because it's not mine. I went outside. She said, this sisterly cat went outside. Fuck all them pronouns. I went outside and I peed a box. I did, and she didn't even use the emergency one that's in the kitchen, which is on the path to there. She's purring. This is wonderful. So getting the connection, it's the connection. Everything is a connection with universal energy. Everything going on with this cat, and included with the conversation, how they're all puzzle pieces that fit together. The connection, the universal connection, the conscious connection, which is just, considering information, considering evidence that's floating in the air and saturates with the body and in the brain, considering the information that it could be, all kinds of things could be, and all kinds of imaginations, have the capacity to live and to live forever, to merge things, merging unconsciousness with consciousness. Another way of saying the private, emerging the private into the public, so that they're together, equal power, equal strength. Equal power, equal strength. And growing into something new together. Equal power, equal strength. Because, unconsciousness could have a wonderful part to play. She's liking it. She's liking that closeness like that. Unconsciousness could have a wonderful part to play, to enjoy, you know, with consciousness. Because unconsciousness is just, it's not knowing something, not conscious with something. Consciousness is just something new, a new revelation, a new way to live, a new way to morph, a new way to speak, all kinds of everything that's new. And in living forever, there would be always something new to know. Always. Imagine that. So unconsciousness is a wonderful thing. But to remain unconscious with no consciousness, that's the thing that kind of sucks, because that starts getting into being stuck in the mud stuck, and then when abuse comes with it on it, wanting to keep it that way forever, that's when all the pain and suffering and all the questions, and tests, and everything, you know, heaviness with all that. And, you know, and learning how to be relaxed with the knowledge, and to share the knowledge in a relaxed way, to where it's known, like it gets known stronger and stronger with consciousness, so that the knowledge can be shared in a relaxed way. Because at first it's a lot of tension, it's a lot of birthing stuff. And the revelation now could be very laboriously painful, like giving birth to a child, especially with all these old habits, which is the old unconscious, mud-stuck, abusive way, you know, which in a way is just also a natural process, because the universe could be growing all at the same time. Everything that the universe is could be becoming conscious for the first time at this level. Could be. You know, it'd be a wonderful thing to have celebration with. So, you know, this cat wants to live forever. I don't think this cat wants to be pain-free and suffering-free and not have to, you know, always be with that unconscious, yucky, you know, stuck in the mud lifestyle called death. Pain and suffering, you know, like Brother Jason with all that fucking, you know, scarring and cutting that organs up, and, you know, there's cures for alcoholism, natural cures for all addictions, but a lot of the doctors don't know. But you know, one of the wonderful things with YouTube, that your boob's enjoying all of this. Brother has to stand up, but it's so nice having boobs feeling wonderful. He says, yeah, I get back to the south, I could pee your box again. Hopefully have healthier shits. Yeah, snug times in the bed and all that. But, This very revelatory Christmas. Very revelatory Christmas. So there it is. The camera's back on, big screen. So that's pretty much everything. All the points have been hit. Unless something comes up, that sure does seem like every point that wanted to be put on the record. And it's the points, the main points that are the, you know, the drivers. But, you know, all these things were just mulling with thoughts as the brothers was playing guitar from 8:30 to 11, 2.5 hours. Well, 9 to 11. Got here at 8:30, a half hour to set things up, organize, start the fire again, play with the cat and whatnot. And then all of a sudden the guitar stuff wanted to start to come out. Just picking it up. And this is the guitar that the brother was emphasizing over at the Christmas dinner with Jay and Dad, as the guitar was in the hand. just playing this stuff lightly that no one could hear it except for just these ears. This is the A sharp key in box 7 from the box 7. 7 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 1 2 3. And the brother last night over here was, you know, emphasizing, all right, these 2 notes is the 1 chord, these 2 notes is the 2 chord, and here goes the 5th string. So that was the 6th string, 1 2, and then 5th string, and the 4th string. There's 3, that's 4, that's 5, that's 6, that's 7, that's 1, that's 2, that's 3, that's 4, that's 5, that's 6, that's 7, that's 1, that's 2 again, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 6 and 7 up there. You have to figure it out. But the main one was this: 1 2 3. No, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 1 2 3, and then getting into everything. But the main one was just the first 4 strings. 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1. That's 6th string, 6th fret, 5th string, 5th fret. 1 2 note chords. That's the 2. That's 6th string, 8th fret, 5th string, 6th fret. That's part of the 2 arpeggio. But it's the 2 chords to that cascading right there, that shape. But just the 2 chords. And it's being more and more conscious that with these 2 chords, to improve with consciousness with just 2 chords is, you know, is much training. There's more training, much training, more difficult. It's difficult playing around with just 2 note chords, thinking, oh, which 3 note arpeggios does this go to? Especially when flying around the scales, and then just land on one somewhere and say, oh, I just was there to there. Now I'm in a different box and having it fucking getting it down. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 1, and then getting it down, visualizing it without having to look at the neck. I mean, it's just all that invisible. Okay, that's bringing the private into the public. That which is seen and heard in the invisible realms. Bringing it out and to be able to see it. So yeah, the brother was just fumbling around with shit. But yeah, okay, here's another point. After the brother started sharing information with Jay, the financial situation, the situation, you know, with the trading and all all of a sudden Jay didn't press the point of the advice. That's the point right there. All of a sudden he was happy. Or else he was distracted, or distractions came in. It could have been robot control, it could be part of the game, or a test, considered a test passed from a legal standpoint, extraterrestrial alien standpoint. Well, Russell just passed a test. He managed to get, bring some solution to Jay's dilemma. This is good for Russell's growth, and all the shit that plays, all the fucking scenarios, like Hollywood movie scenarios that could be played. But that's the main point the brother wants to drive, especially with this video. At the end of this video, whatever. Yeah, Jay didn't press wanting advice. All of a sudden he was happy just because Russell shared the financial situation. And now one could consider this evidence. Well, that's probably what Jay wanted to know. He could be sizing things up with the inheritance if Dad goes and this, that. Well, if Russell only got 6 more months, it's possible he could lose everything, and that makes me feel happy because now I feel like I'm the stronger brother, and I've got a job, and Russell's got a pedophilia record, and now he's fucked, and now he's got a will to want to live instead of thinking he's the weaker brother, which makes him drink all the time and Russell just shared information, was transparent, but Russell revealed all his vulnerableness. Russell must be some stupid asshole to reveal anything vulnerable like that, right? all the stuff that starts to play into it. But the point is, all of a sudden he wasn't pressing for advice anymore. See? That's the point. He got something besides advice. He got vulnerableness coming from the brother who seemed like the stronger one. Wasn't as strong. Brother's not looking as strong as he appeared. Right? And the brother's got no problem sharing financial. Brother has always shared his financial situations with them. Always let them know where the brother was at. Always, Dad and Jay. It was no big deal to me. That's part of the transparency. It's part of the nature of who this fucker is. It ain't no big deal. So what? And in a way, it's a wonderful thing because now there's something and proof that one could celebrate if there's successes over the hardships. One could say, oh my God, look at all that he had to battle with. And we were public witness with it. Look at it all. And then, people could think, wow, this is, wow. Because now there's rain and thunder, a little thunder on that one. Now it gives a museum piece to be put on a shelf universally for all of the living organisms to be able to see that stuff and think, oh, because it provides some type of hope. And the rain comes down a little harder on that one. It provides some type of hope. Some hope without replace over love. It provides hope. But it's all just a story. But one could trust that it's true. Oh, Russell probably did go through this. Look, there's a YouTube video. Russell's putting it all up. It's on the museum shelf, preserved forever for all of the living organisms to watch and consider. Look what Russell went through. But it's still just a video. They were never there. So it's still hearsay. But there's more trust as the universe is getting more conscious, more trust coming in that, yes, that is Russell. And Russell is with us today. And look, but is Russell faking just some figment of the imagination, simulation, and hologram for them? Could be. All these things come into play. But hopefully, though, things get more and more clear. There was a lightning. Hopefully, things get more and more clear. A lightning. That brother just pointed at. There's the thunder. Let's go outside. Look. As all this is being said, Might as well go out the back door and turn the lights on. I'm telling you, you know, and this could all be simulation and set up too. It could be all weather controlled, CIA controlled to manipulate, and to make Russell think that, oh, everything Russell's saying is true. Everything Russell's saying is true. It must be. Look at the signs of Mother Nature. Mother Sharon, all the gods, Hercules, Zeus, and all that shit. The rain coming down. And that was one of Dad's words out at the porch. I mean, it's just coming down fucking hard, the rain. Dad and I, we finished one of the porch conversations, and Dad said, rain. Now, is there more to that word right there? Was he really talking about the weather, or was he talking to this oldest son? Rain, fucker. Right? In the midst of all the situations. Anyway, so the thunder's not. Oh, there it is. There was the lightning. It just fucking went. Hopefully, it got caught on the camera with the light and everything. Hopefully, it caught something. We'll just keep the camera here a little bit and see what happens. This could all be CIA. Someone in the Vatican could be pressing weather buttons and lightning buttons as signs. Or it could actually be universal energy. To know more and more and to be more sure and more sure and more sure. All of a sudden it doesn't want to come. It doesn't really want to come unless Russell's really tensed up saying something. Then all of a sudden that's when it comes. It seems like it anyway. But then when Russell all of a sudden relaxes, all of a sudden the weather relaxes too. The brother has seen this pattern happen too. Anyway, so there would just have to be some type of trust that yes, there was a lightning, there was lightning and thunder and all that shit. You know, and now that the brother doesn't have to show up over the Dad and Jay house for a full year, although he can show up anytime he wants. Now that the brother has been purposely stopped smoking cannabis, or at least just to have a toke. The brother has been has stopped for the last 2 months. Just to be more crystal clear and, you know, have driving thing, and to give a good impression, a healthier impression, that the eyes won't be all sagged and and, you know, and fucked up, because it gets addicting, smoking the, you know, and, you know, brothers and family, you know, clan members, when they see other clan members, they're brighter and bushy-tailed. It gives them hope to want to, you know, to live more, and they're not thinking, worrying about, oh my God, the clan member is all drugged up now, he's having problems with addiction and all that shit. The brother went all out of the way, because the brother did start smoking cannabis within the last 4 months, just to have a little bit, you know, and have experience with it. And there's the thunder again on that one. And the brother felt, and, you know, eating too much shit food, candy food, and, you know, the tiredness, you know, brother could feel it coming on, and even went into another state of just deep, you know, wanted to go deep rest and just veg in the chair. And last time the brother did that, one of the family members transitioned on. That would be Uncle Steve's son, only son, and with the SQ name. That son transitioned on when the brother went into that mode with some cannabis back in 2015, living out in the backyard in a wood stove, rocket stove hut that he had set up with a barrel and a table, and went to lay on the table and went into that veg state of smoking some cannabis. And it caused, there was a connection, the universal connection with the Klan member. The Klan member drug overdosed. He was a heavy meddler. And he was, he had disability. Well, he was a disability child. So. But he was cousin Kenneth. That was his name, Kenny. That was Uncle Steve. Uncle Steve's one and only son. And he has 2 daughters. So, and then tonight when the brother was cleaning the kitchen, Jason came in and with his synthetic weed oil pipe, and he took a hit and he says, "Want some?" And the brother said, "No, thanks." But there it is right there. That there's that that was planted in somehow. So now the brother's here at home. He could, if he wanted to, he could smoke some cannabis, not have to worry about that he has to go visit again. And there's a bit of apprehension and tension in the body, wanting to get getting all this on this record here. All on record. This is going to be on tape, on record. And just to get it out, period, whether, the videos get, deleted, erased, or missing, or, for all that. Just to speak it out strengthens the memory. Just speaking it out, it's like writing a journal. There's a book the brother read. This is it, right here. It's the sign and the seal. The brother read this whole fucking book and learned a valuable lesson from this writer. This is the first experience with a journalist that logged stuff down, put a record, all his experiences. He would go through an experience, and then later on that night or a couple days later, he'd write it all down, all detail, fucking tail. Brother learned Graham Hancock. This brother. This book, the sign, and this is a book on search for the Holy Grail. The cup, the chalice, the Jesus' cup that he drank from. Well, where did it go? And which country got it? And Ethiopia got it? And all, the search for the Holy Grail. Eternal life, for one get the fountain of youth. The cup, the chalice that Jesus passed the cup at the table for the Jesus story is considered, Raiders of the Lost Ark. They're looking for the Holy fucking Grail. Okay? Holy fucking Grail. Could this information that this brother's bringing, could that be the Holy fucking Grail? It could be just for me. Or just, instead of saying me, it could be just for this Sicily brother right here and no one else. Or it can include everyone. All kinds of shit. All kind of shit. Could be all kinds of things. And this would be the perfect time to have a little cannabis, because the trade rooms are on Christmas vacation, trading the Forex market. The whole Forex market is on a couple days off. That would be today and tomorrow. The markets are closed for London and New York. However, the Asian markets still trade. This would be the perfect opportunity. You know, if the brother really wanted to, he could just have just a little taste touch, just a little cannabis dab, just a little. But it could also get addicting, and it could be could be a hindrance into getting a success in the trading markets. Because, you know, the brother is learning a lot of information from classical charting through a YouTuber, Stacy Burke. Videos, just watching video after fucking video after fucking video after fucking video. So that the shit just gets fucking ingrained. So it's like that, 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 like that. And then putting that extra touch on it, which is the the self-regulation. 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 That's like self-appointment. Self-commissioned. All right. Yeah. And this brother was never ever going to trade again. This brother was never ever going to trade again because of what he learned in the financial markets. That everything's fucking trap. Everything's a fucking trap. It's all, the whole fucking thing for the most part. It had a big heavy look upon it as a big theft to get over on everyone that they can in every which way, and it's all, you know. But the brother was forced into another position to have to trade because there's a pedophile records, even though the court said it's acquitted, not guilty. But just because it says first-degree pedophile on the record, it doesn't go into any details. It doesn't say acquitted, not guilty, or anything, as far as the brother can see. Brother hadn't looked into it. It's just what the brother saw something and, you know, wasn't going to pay the $2. Oh, just pay us $2. I don't pay nothing for nobody. I don't need. I'm not concerned with it that much. But no one hires this brother anymore. Can't get work, and the brother's not into signing up and being teammates and getting permission slips from state members saying, "Can I start a business and I'll pay you a fee every year," and and then businesses, you know, once you get hooked into now attorneys come in and say, "All right, now you're contracted with us," you know, all kinds of fights and battles and wars with that. So, you know, so the brother was forced in to have to trade again. There was no other way around it. It was either that or go out and DoorDash. Here comes someone. That's the neighbor. The neighbors show about 1:12 in the morning now. And the neighbor, that was the neighbor that, for little Buddy the cat that's missing. transitioned, or who the fuck knows. She could be telling stories. There could be all kind of shit going on. Robot controlled, missing cats, you know. All kinds of stuff. Purpose this and all that. Crying and all that. Who the fuck, you know. One day there'll be more revealed. You know, living forever, entering, living forever, be more revealed, everything. And it doesn't mean that it's all just a bad thing either. You know. So yeah, the brother was forced to trade the financial markets. So he joined in a trade room with a mentor that the brother knew when the brother first started trade 2008, but ended up not being able to be in the room anymore. But brother's back with that, back in that brother's room, and has been in for a full fucking year, and is still showing up every night to trade. But it's not as accurate as trade as the brother has learned from this other method called classical charting. Although this other brother teaches Elliott Wave, but it's more 50-50 trading in a way. But it could turn into a 90-10 if it was used with more weight and more self regulation. But the brother started all of a sudden classical chartings, the Stacy Burton videos all of a sudden started popping up. Watched one, signed up for the free 7-day course and 4 points advice, and then went and traded the next morning at a 12-hour candle method, just to, you know, just the fact that it was 12-hour candle, just wanted to see what it was doing. And the brother had a hunch it was going to reverse, but this just confirmed it. It happened exactly on candle 12 on the 15-minute, and slowly but surely started reversing and going. Just the fact it was a 12 candle. It wasn't a setup or anything. The brother would just learn the 12 candle thing. That's the thing that stood out from the 7 methods and the 4 disciplines. His free introductory video, introduction, you know, and that's what hooked the brother. Said, oh, there's something to this. And had a couple other trades, learned a little bit more, watching more videos, and got into one trade, but got jumped out of it, but it would have been a winner. And it was actually a setup. It was a 3-day setup. But the brother got scared out of it because he put too much on at the beginning. But too much on. It was immediately took a small loss but immediately came back and would have been a 30 pip winner. but it's been a road still, you know, because not all the, you know, not every trade's the same, but in a way it is the same. But so my brother's been 4 months now with the Stacy Burt, and slowly but surely 1% better every fucking day though. It's more like 1% better every fucking week for this brother. 1% better every fucking week and every day for this brother. So brother, you know, just get back to the point, the smoking the cannabis. Show the brother have a little hit here. You know, brother, you know, right here on YouTube. Hey, brother ain't get no problem with that shit. No big deal. All the videos that go up on YouTube for this particular brother, it says not made for kids. So, and that's all YouTube is worried about on that, because they sent fucking from other channels the Sicily brother has. So this was a weed smoking video. We put this one wasn't labeled not for kids, although the brother did label all the videos on that channel not for kids. There's a master thing, but the brother can't get in. It's a special story with this other channel that they locked it. They had terminated it and they put it back up, but they locked it. And there was exchange through the fucking communications how it got back up, but they took another channel down and then popped this one back up, but they locked it. But now they're saying that, you know, they were sending emails. Oh, well, this is a weed smoke, because there were weed smoking videos on there. And they said, oh, this one's, we put this on not for children or under 18. We're just letting you know. It's not a strike. We're just letting you know. So it ain't a big deal smoking weed on YouTube. They just prefer that it says not for children. You know, just hit the not for children button. Underagers. You know, whatever. All that stuff that goes into it. It's not really that big a deal. Although, you know, and it's not YouTube. It's the people in YouTube. It's the one running YouTube. And there's the gang leader that runs. There's a leader that runs YouTube, and then there's the gang, or the staff and the staff leaders. All different words to say the same thing. You know, it all depends on how they think someone's being, according to their story, how rebellious one. You know, and there's good to rebellious too. Rebellious isn't just all bad. But anyway, that's another hour video. Fuck it, we'll just call it that. Let the brother enjoy some more. It's 1 o'clock in the fucking morning. So anyway. Might as well just end it there. Like